Faber Piano Adventures, Level 3A, pages 48 and 49. The song is called Song of Joy. In this song, we're going to be dealing with an octave in the left hand, and we're going to be playing in the key of D, which we have F sharp and C sharp throughout the piece. And you got to be really careful because we're going to be playing some pedal on and off, and some parts with no pedal. There's a first and second ending on both pages, and there's quite a few fingering changes and some hand movements, so pay attention. Let me get started and play it, and then we'll talk about the details. Here's middle C, here's bass C, low C. Go down to low C and put your fifth finger on D, and now your hand's in a D position, in the low position. Third finger on F sharp. Because we're in the key of D, we have to sharp F and C. I'm going to play through page 48 and a little of 49, just the left hand portion. I want you to hear that. We'll talk about it, and then we'll talk about page 49. Here we go. Okay, so that's the main thing that we've played before in some of the other Faber books. If you've been going through this method from the beginning, you've played that before. Now, on page 49, we're actually going to get into some more difficult stuff. So, let's take a look. Right hand's in D position, left hand moves up to bass D position. Okay? Now let's listen. Okay, let's talk about all the details there. In this piece, we're playing this kind of rocking broken fifth, and then moving up to a fourth, a third, back to a fourth, fifth, and then we close down to a second, third, fourth, fifth. So that's what the left hand's doing. You've got to play it smooth but quiet so it's in the background so that we can project the right hand notes over them. So we want to hear these. Well, this is in the background, so listen. You hear the difference? You got to have a different level of volume with your left and right. Most people have issues with that, and they go. There's a huge difference in sound. We want to hear the melody. This is just accompanying the melody, or making it sound a little cleaner and nicer, giving it a little more full flavor there. So, all right, now. Starting from measure 14 on page 49, we have a forward repeat mark. So that part I just played goes into a first ending. Now we know how to do that. And then the second time around we go into the second ending. And on the second ending of that, we do that part that's on the top of page 48, which I haven't mentioned yet. So on the top of page 48, they have a little exercise they want you to try. They want you to move from, here's middle C, they want you to move from A down to a low A, octave, and go. And then slide your hand up to F sharp and D and play this. They want you to practice going. Because it comes into play at this point in the song, on the second ending in page 49. So my right hand plays this. Now watch what happens. So there it was in my left hand. Kind of a new thing. So get good at that before you even try this. Anyway. Moving on from the second ending of there, it's not so hard. We do. Then I'm in position. I just slide up to this interval and. So we're just repeating that part right there. Here's that part again. That octave part. So we use it a few times in the song, so you need to be good at it. And there is pedal at the end and so forth. But you got to be good at this to keep the tempo rolling of the piece. A lot of times people hit the A, and then they're looking for this, and then they have to slide up for that, and there's all these breaks in tempo and so forth, and it sounds really bad. So that's why they have that in the beginning of the song. They want you to be good at that. Other than that, watch out for some of the notes they say. So, for instance, on the first page, when we're doing at the last bar of the first page, this part, did you notice I had to do a fingering change there? One crossed under, and I hit my 5, then my 1 comes up, and I tie that note, and then I continue the theme. So watch your fingering. I mean, you're at the end of 3A here, getting close to the end of the book, so you should already know that, but just a reminder. And the same thing on the 4th bar of page 49, we've got some more fingering changes where they're telling you in the left hand as you're playing. Cross over 2, then your 1 goes into place, 2, okay? And don't forget to sharp your C's, okay? And that's my last little reminder. I think other than that, you'll be fine. So this concludes Song of Joy.